Welcome back, everyone. This is Return to Tennis. I'm Aaron. Thanks for returning. So, what's going on today? Well, we got something a little different. Recently, you saw in my last video, I've been playing the Technifiber T-Fight RS305. Love that racket. Played several matches with it. What I really liked about it, as I said previously, was that it gives the illusion of weight without being that heavy. With its high swing weight and it's only being like 3 points headlight, it gives me a feel of a more vintage kind of frame, and it doesn't affect my arm as much because it's a lot lighter. Well, now I've been playing something a little different the last couple of weeks. I really like it, and I don't know, some of you guys may not know about these. I mean, if you're younger, you probably don't remember them. I do, I remember them, but they are Yamahas, right? This is a Yamaha Resonance 97, an EX97, 97 square inch head. And this racket is really nice. I like this racket so much, in fact, that I actually have ordered a second one. I tracked one down. I found another one. They were hard to find, but I found it and I ordered it. It's on the way. This is kind of like the flip side of the same coin that you would find the Technifiber. The Technifiber is very modern, but plays with the illusion of weight, and it kind of has that more vintage feel because of how heavy it feels coming through the air, and extremely stable. This one is vintage, but not as heavy. It's 333 grams strung. I did put a Wilson feather thin grip on it to pull the weight down. It's at 333, manageable weight for my arm, but it still feels extremely solid coming through the ball. A lot of these modern frames to me feel kind of hollow. I don't know. Even when they're heavier, they still feel somewhat hollow. This does not. This feels pretty solid all the way through. I really have been enjoying it. Extremely great racket. I mean, Yamahas were the big ones back in the day. If you know your history, Yannick Noah played with a Yamaha Secret 04. The Secret series was a big line of rackets for Yamaha. Gabriele Sabatini played with a Secret EX, which I think might have been a 110. Had a similar color scheme to this, tricolored, but it was white, green, and blue, I think, or purple. But we're going to get out today, hit this a little bit on camera, give our feelings about it. But that's not all. I do have another Yamaha. This is a Resonance FXTP. Now, I'm completely unfamiliar with this racket. I've never seen this one. I've never heard of it. I think it's a 100. Looks like it's a little bit bigger than the 97s. I think it's a 100 square inch. Of course, no specs on it outside of recommended stringing tension. I've got this thing at 319 grams. Same thing, I stripped the pallet, put a really lightweight grip on it. The big difference with this one, though, is the balance. I've hit it a little bit, and it is... It's a dead even balance with the current grip on it. Now, with the original grip, maybe it was a 1 or 2 points headlight, but it's not... It doesn't seem to have a headlight or head heavy feel. It is very balanced. You know, versus if I was to balance the EX, it's the same way, it immediately drops. It is more headlight. So let's get out. They're gorgeous rackets too, by the way. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is a stunning paint job. Not a mark on it. Brand new. A little bit of wear on the handle when it showed up, but no cosmetic damage, no scrapes on the head guard. Same with the FXTP. Not a mark on it. New old stock. Is how it appears to be. So we're gonna get out. Let's get some impressions. The sun's out. It's a little cold, but it's manageable. Let's go. All right, guys, here we go with the Yamaha Resonance Secret EX97. I do believe it is a Secret model. They had a lot of rackets that they referred to as Secret. I've seen other versions of this racket in white that were also labeled EX97, and they actually said Resonance on the frame as well. But this one doesn't say Secret on it. The others did.
really have been enjoying this racket. This has been my go-to racket for probably the last 6 weeks and all my match play. Just overall a fantastic feeling frame. It kind of has that feel of the frames that you would expect, you know, from the 90s, the early 90s. It has that kind of feel. But at the same time, it plays in a very modern kind of fashion. If you'd have told me this racket was maybe made 4 or 5 years ago, I wouldn't question it. That's just how it plays. It's got a weight right now of 333 grams strung, so it's in a weight that I can handle. It is stiff. Yamaha rackets, and generally speaking, were pretty stiff rackets. If you go back and you look at something like the Secret 04, which is what Yannick Noah played, that had an RA rating of like 80. This one, I don't know. I don't know what the RA is. It does feel a little stiffer, maybe high 60s. Can't find any specs on it outside of a 97. Ooh, that was ugly. 97 square inch head and its weight. I don't know anything else. I don't know the balance. I don't know the swing weight. Nothing. There we go. Spins well, but at the same time, if I need to hit flatter, it's not a problem. Matter of fact, it hits through flat pretty nicely. But the potential to spin the ball is there. Like, it's really a very versatile frame. I just have greatly enjoyed this racket. I'm kind of disappointed that Yamaha didn't survive. It's frustrating. A lot of the rackets that I really enjoy hitting, that I'm really impressed with, are from companies that no longer exist. So it's kind of a rut I'm in. Puma, Fisher, Astuza, Yamaha. You know, they didn't survive, but they did produce some really great rackets during their time in tennis. Serves well. I've been hitting, like I said, I've played matches with it. Slice serve is good. Flat serve is good. Good pop. Very good consistency. There we go. Well, on my back heel a little bit, but kind of rough today. I've got some new balls in the bag mixed in with the old ones, so I'm getting balls like that are extremely dead, and it doesn't help with the wind blowing into the ball, so like they're really coming up short. And then every once in a while I'll get one like that comes flying out towards the back court, a newer ball, keeping me on my toes a little bit. There we go. Cosmetically, it is a gorgeous racket. Really a standout. Ugh, that was bad. Really a standout kind of frame. A bright neon yellow with a really bright orange red on one side and blue on the other. Very distinctive look. Immediately recognizable to older players who remember people like Yannick Noah and Gabriele Sabatini playing Yamahas. Gabriele Sabatini played with a version of this racket, had this paint job on it for a short time. Ooh, that was a little bit much. I strung it with Ytex. It's strung with Ytex Quadro Twist, a little softer poly to help mitigate that stiffness. But that's the Yamaha Resonance EX97. We're going to switch over, try this other one out. This is the FXTP. It also has the resonance. I'm guessing that must have been a technology they were putting in the frames. This one I don't like as much. It's not bad. It's decent. It's much lighter. This one came in, I changed the grip out on it, put something smaller on it, little thinner grip. It's at 319 grams. It came in really light. It's a 100 square inch frame. Does have some punch. Like if you catch it dead center, the ball will fly out of there. This one I strung with, I think I strung it with Kirschbaum's Black Shark, which I wanted to try that string out. I've put it in a couple of frames actually, and it's actually a pretty nice string. A little stiffer poly than say like a Ytex, but it's pretty solid. Backhands weren't bad. once I got a rhythm for it, they moved pretty good through. But it feels, again, it's for a frame that was probably made in 1991 or 92, it has a very modern feel to it. And by modern feel in this case, I mean feels a little hollow. Like a lot of the modern frames to me feel hollow. And this one kind of does as well. I really feel that Yamaha was kind of ahead of their time with these rackets. These rackets, you know, are 30 plus years old, but still feel very modern, very relevant to today's game. It's odd. Usually I get one of these older rackets, they're very clearly designed for a different swing style. Like they usually handle flatter balls better, stiffer, heavier. But the Yamaha EX97 and this FXTP feel like very modern frames, like something that would have been the last few years. It's enjoyable to see where Yamaha was kind of going with their racket brand. This one does not feel as stiff as the EX97 that we hit first, but it also doesn't seem to have the same kind of control. I was really struggling with this one. It's a larger head size, but to me, it kind of, when I would actually hit it clean, like I'd actually get a good follow through, a good time on the ball, it kind of reminded me a little bit of a pure drive. Not as powerful though, but the feeling of it was very similar. There we go. To a pure drive, but just not quite as much power. Overall, like a solid frame. I mean, no doubt about it. Beautiful color scheme on it, beautiful cosmetics. Yamaha was really doing well with their, you know, the color palettes that they were using back then. But at the end of the day, this is not something I'd want to play on any kind of consistent basis. It's probably going to go in storage. It's in mint condition, so that's a bonus for it. The EX97 I will continue playing. Actually, that is my, there we go. That's a good one. That is my go-to racket at this point. I've been playing it quite a bit. But that's going to wrap it up here for us today, guys. If we can get the machine to turn off. It's funny how easy it turns on, but it's difficult to turn it off. In any case, as long as the weather holds this week, we're going to get out. We're going to hit a couple more other frames that we've got lined up. But if it's still nice where you are, get off the couch, get on the courts, and enjoy the weather while you can. But that will be it for me today. Thanks for tuning in, guys.